My mother-in-law really liked to gamble. The problem was that she never lost a bet. Any bet laid down, she was always a winner, and that was far more frightening than I can even begin to explain. It started years before I married into her family, years before she had a family I could marry into. If she were to be believed, this is a skill she has had since she was young. If she bet her older brother that she could take a cupcake without their mom noticing, she did. If she bet a schoolmate she could get a higher score than them without study, she did. If she bet me that she could get us home in 30 minutes, even though it was almost an hour's distance with no traffic, she did. One learned very quickly not to make a bet with Mama Lo. However, some learned much, much slower not to get on her bad side. If she cut a bet behind your back and someone was fool enough to take her up on it, you have no clue what might hit you. I could make a better meal in my sleep, I once heard some fool say about her Thanksgiving dinner. Later, when she was pacing the living room in fury and we were doing our best to calm her down, she spit out, "I bet she'd try and get food poisoning so bad she won't know what to do with herself." Everyone fell silent. It felt like the only person in the room that even dared to breathe was her. She eyed her husband, mouth twisted in a scowl that promised something awful, I swear. The man withstood it longer than I would have been able to.
Don't say that, Lo.
He tried.
It ain't right.
But it's true,
I don't think so.
he said soothingly. But in the next instant his eyes widened at his misstep, his thoughtless words sealing the deal. Mama Lo smiled and ranted no longer, perfectly pleased for the rest of the night. The whole town heard of what happened to Miss Sarah after her Christmas dinner, knew she was the only one to get sick. Mama Lo was a little bit magic, and maybe not evil, but not altogether good either. I would never say it out loud, but sometimes I wonder if she bet someone she could marry her husband, because I could not see someone signing up for a life of this if they had any other choice. But that's not the issue now, or rather, not the big issue, because though one works hard to be sure they are always on Mama Lo's good side, it is inevitable that one time or another, you're going to find yourself on the wrong end of her. And somehow, I have. I don't know what I've done, or just what the bet entails, but I know it's her. Because as I stare at myself in the mirror, I cannot help but notice that I have suddenly become a cat.